Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we're pleased to present you with another Minish Cap Randomizer tournament match. It is NesmaN versus Rylux, winners quarterfinals, and I am joined today on commentary by Hendris. How are you doing today, Hendris?
Hi.
So we should
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, definitely.
So we should be off in about, I guess, a minute and a half. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that there is like a 15-minute delay that we're enforcing for this tournament. But we like to have a couple minutes for any trash talking, or if you want to say anything about the tournament or commentary.
As far as trash talking is concerned, NesmaN is more or less playing with a quite little handicap. He has a little injury on his hand, so I think he actually practiced playing one-handed with his controller, but I don't know how well that went.
Yep.
So we could see some bit janky movement from NesmaN, but I think that shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Yes, the game is actually rescheduled from, I believe, earlier this week. Because of that hand injury. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was talk about him using the keyboard instead of a controller for the match.
Interesting.
I don't know if he actually changed to the keyboard, since that's also accompanied by. It's quite different to play with the keyboard.
Okay. And we should be off soon, so I'm going to let you do commentary by yourself. Okay. Since you're qualified and I'm not. Thank you.
Yeah. Always a pleasure. Okay, cool. So, yeah. And we are off. Okay, so NesmaN is probably one of the more veteran players of the randomizer here, while Rylux is a fairly recent addition. Okay, so they will be actually picking up the graveyard key here. The graveyard key is an item that that's possible to last occasion, since the graveyard key only opens up one dungeon in logic, but that dungeon is a fairly late one at that, since it's the World Crypt, and the World Crypt can only be opened as soon as you have your blue sword, so that's the 4th sword in progression. You also need the lantern for that. You need the Pegasus boots and the graveyard key. Well, and the spin attack. Okay, we're actually having our first map check, so it looks like Pulse of Winds and Deep Shrine aren't actually required here, so that's nice. Pulse of Winds is the longest dungeon of all the ones available, and Deep Shrine is the shortest dungeon of all the ones available. However, we do now know that the... Okay, we're seeing a London Rand key on the 80 rupee check, and the Juggernaut on the backside of the shop. So we actually might have a required Juggernaut seat, since it does. Well, the Juggernaut appeared quite early. So yeah, we're having both keys and the boomerang. The boomerang is an item that doesn't really deal damage. Okay, Rylux spotted the mushroom at Karloff's house there. The mushroom is a one-off fetch quest item. So you basically just grab the mushroom, bring it to the shoemaker who's asleep in Hyrule Town, and then he gives you one item. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, that's what's picking up the Gust Jar. This seed is starting very well. The Gust Jar is the item that's in Deep Shrine. So that's the one that's that's picking up a sword here. Just curious, can you steal items? No, you can't. Unfortunately, you cannot steal items. That's what's picking up Gust Jar and the sword. So that's everything that he needs to do. Well, it's everything that he needs to get in order to complete Deep Shrine, which is his first dungeon, which unfortunately doesn't have an element at the boss. So far, yeah, this seed is I don't know. I think it's telling us to visit the eastern side of the map first. Giving... Oh yeah, we need... Okay, yeah, right. We need something for access, actually. So we do need access to the flippers, or something that gives us access to a few town checks. which are the flippers, the cane, and the cape. Without one of these items, you can't shrink down in the town, and thus you can't get the Jabberknot. So yeah, NesmaN is opting to check the courtyard items, seeing the grip ring there. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the grip ring will come into play later, probably. It opens up a check. Well, it does open up the climbable wall at Mount Cradle, and it does open up the forts. Okay, I think we've got a wall attack there. Unfortunately, it's not a spin scroll, which our racers want to have as soon as possible. I think as far as the scrolls are concerned, spin scroll is your most important one. Since without the spin scroll, you can't actually spin and you can't create clones. It's also quite cool to see that both runners are opting to check Swiftblade for the first time at the same time, basically. And Rylux is actually picking up the green sword here. The green sword is... that's nice. Yeah, the boing... yeah, both of them are going into dojo at the same time. Luckily well, not luckily. However, the sword opens up the Woodmere chest here, which has the second sword and the bombs and a cloud of skinstone. Okay, so this seed is actually loaded. Wow. So yeah. Unfortunately, they still can't access Western Woods. They can't. They can't check the most item dense location in the game because they don't have the splint scroll. Oh, yeah. I think the current, let's call it unofficial record for the quickest four sword, I think that's about 15 minutes. But yeah, Wallace will be picking up their red sword as well. And I think as far as progression is concerned, this seed is definitely trying to nudge the players into heading either into London Ranch, Minish Woods, or yeah, I think that's about it. They still need their spin attack and the bottle to open up more kennel. And since they already have their London Ranch key, they can quickly check the 2 checks at London Ranch. That's like not locked behind an additional item. Yeah, it looks like NesmaN is actually going to check Minish Woods first. Looks like he's forgetting his... okay, he might actually be setting up a quick warp here. So one thing that you can do is skip the beanstalk, enter Minish Woods to set the quick warp, and then once you're at the top of the beanstalk, activate the quick warp, and then you're able to skip having to climb down the beanstalk again, which does lose about, I don't know, probably about 10 seconds. Yeah, I think that's close to 10 seconds, maybe. The whole climbing animation there. But yeah. Power bracelets. Okay. Power bracelets open up, I believe, 3 spots in the whole game. One being Dr. Left, then the push puzzle, and a third one... oh, and the log cabin, yeah. All 3 of which we can't access at the moment. Could check Dr. Left, but that requires us to have spin scroll. Okay. Yeah, it's really cool to see that both runners choose the same routing. Since both of them are in Minish Woods, NesmaN is slightly ahead since he picked up his grip ring already, which Rylux didn't. But other than that, I think they are more or less about the same as far as progression is concerned. Okay, NesmaN spotting a few bombs there. Nothing too major. But we will probably see both runners heading through the Minish Woods and then coming out south on Ranch, getting a few checks there and hoping to get their progression. Since at the moment they can't really access any more checks. They need their spin scroll and they would need some sort of additional item to get the minish checks in town to grab the Jabberknot. Okay, that's spin attack. Okay, yeah. Now since NesmaN has spin attack, he might choose to, as soon as he gets out of Minish Woods, he's probably going to check Western Woods. Western Woods is one of the most item-dense locations we have in the entire game. Okay, he's picking up another bond bag. And since he already peeked at Bellari's house, we do know that the second item on the little heart piece pedestal there is just a regular red rupee. Yeah, Western Woods is open. Western Woods is probably around maybe 20 to 30 checks in total. However, they don't have a means to traverse the castle wards now. They do need the boots or the cape for that. Okay, NesmaN, you've got the key. You can... There we go. So the vanilla route is that you can shrink down there, head into the little drainage hole on the bottom left, and then quickly grab the pot. There we go. Where the vanilla non-magic key is held. But since he already has the key, he can skip that right and grab the lantern. Okay. The lantern opens up the secret cave here. And this seems to be a really good Nori seed. No, this is a fantastic jet seed so far. I might jinx it just by saying this. But they have Gas Jar, they've got the lamp, they've got bottle, of all things. They've got the red sword. So the bottle opens up more kernel. I can probably imagine both of the runners picking up their bottle and their spin scroll and the lantern and just seeing the whole map on their tracker just explode with little green squares. Both runners are 10 minutes secret cave. I don't know what's happening. Although it does look like NesmaN is going to check the Truby Hills checks before doing the Western Woods. I think at this point Western Woods is a bit more... Okay, he's actually checking Mount Kennel. Yeah, this seat is open. It's like just pure openness. They can check Kennel, they can check Western Woods. They can... Don't want to seat for you yesterday. I'm not too sure about that. Thing is, I do better with worse seats. The worse the seats are, the better I do, generally speaking. Okay, unfortunately Western Woods doesn't have too much in the Whippy Cave, but still. We still have the Beanstalk up for grabs. They can actually check Percy as well. And... Oh, what is the seed? Yeah, it wouldn't really surprise me if this seed is going to have a new record. Yeah. So, thing is, NesmaN could actually venture into Cave of Flames and at least grab the Wind Crest there. Ah, the boots! Yeah, now they've got access to Cast the Wilds. They've got access to Cast the Wilds, and I think 8 additional spots across town. Across the entire map, basically. Okay, NesmaN's going to check Percy first, while Rylux is setting up the Quick Warp and checking the Beanstalk. Yeah, we've got no passive wins either. So all we basically just need to all we need to gather are the 3 Kinstones for Cast the Wilds. Okay, Rylux is having a little butterfly there. I don't know which one it is. It seems to be the Flipper's butterfly. Okay. Yeah, depending on where the Kinstones and the next few swords are, this could be an incredibly fast seed. Logically speaking, in order... That's the bow! Okay, so the bow is something that you want to pick up as well when in Cast the Wilds or when doing the beginning of Cast the Wilds. Since the bow opens up... Yeah. We actually just need 2 more swords, the cane, and the mids. Well, and 3 Kinstones. So that's six items total. Yeah, 2 swords, cane, mitts. Oh wait, and we need the cape. So that's 7. That's 7 items. Yeah. We do need the cape for a single room in Dark Harbor Castle. But yeah, it looks like NesmaN is not going to check castle walls, which might hurt him since he's got his bow there. Yeah. Oh yeah, cape gives access to deeper shrine. Oof. What a seed. Okay. I have no idea where this seed will end. Interestingly enough, Rylux hasn't picked up the lantern. So Rylux is still missing his lantern, his grip ring, and his bottle. So technically speaking, he's 3 items behind. Yeah, it's 3 items behind NesmaN. Oh, for fuck's sake! What is happening? And thing is, the bow is basically in the best location in Castle Walls. That is that's basically possible. Since it's right in front, it's right dead center in Castle Walls. I think you actually have to try to avoid this. It's really hard to avoid this check. Okay. NesmaN is going to check a few boots and lantern locations around the map, while Rylux is venturing through Castle Walls. Unfortunately, he can't pick up the Minish checks, since they do require... Okay, we've got a wallet. Since the Minish checks do require the flippers. Other than the flipper checks, like hiking, basically, he can complete quite a few checks, well, almost all of the human-sized checks in Castle Wilds. Or, I suppose, regular-sized checks. Interesting enough, NesmaN is making his way into their thoughts. There's one item that can be peeked early. Okay, unfortunately it's just the bombs. I think he's actually going to double check that. Since the bombs are blue in color and so is the ocarina. It does look like NesmaN is making their way towards... like Hylia, I suppose. He does still need flippers to properly traverse it, though. But he can check the boots locations. So the boots location, or the, I suppose, back garden of London Ranch, is quite infamous for having quite a few good items within the last few races. Unfortunately, he's only picking up a kinstone there, and not a kinstone, a heart piece, and he's opting to reset. Rylux not noticing, Rylux not noticing that he can actually use the boots there to check to get across the swamp. And yeah, while we currently see that Quennel is more or less barren, not Quennel, that Castle Walls at the moment doesn't really have anything too good, except maybe the bow and the heart container. We can see NesmaN making his way up Mount Quennel. He does have the grip ring, so he might choose to go the vanilla path. I don't know if it's required. We still have a lot of checks open. But I suppose at this rate, it's not too unlikely that there's something in Cave of Flames, like, I don't know, a vanilla cane, or maybe even a cape in Cave of Flames. Wouldn't be the first time that we saw a cape, and possibly even a sword in Cave of Flames. Yeah, one thing that I just noticed, not just noticed, but just noticed yesterday, in the bow location that Rylux is currently fighting, the Mulders is in, there are actually little faces on the wall. And that's, I believe, the only location where there are actually faces on just some random wall that's not a dungeon. So as you can see in the other few Minish-sized holes, there aren't any, like, faces etched into the walls. So yeah, luckily, NesmaN already picked up his second bomb bag earlier, so does not need to be concerned about his amount of bombs. Runners can quite easily run out of bombs here, at this section of Morkrenel. Yeah, and he has Gust Jump. So there are a few spots of dust, or I don't know. It does look like dust, but it damages Link when he goes through it. So I suppose those are like thorns, basically. Either some sort of thorns, or I don't know, maybe thorny cobwebs spun by the Tektites there. Who knows? But these pieces of thorns can only be blown away by bombs or the Gust Jump. Hard suit for the volcano. Oh, that's also possible. Yeah, that actually makes sense that it's like ashes and stuff. I've never thought about that. Yeah, that would actually make sense, since the trees in Morkrenel are all dead. So the trees could have died thanks to, I don't know, maybe some sort of Morkrenel eruption. Since Morkrenel is definitely the Death Mountain stand-in for Minish Cap. Okay, that's picking up his Down Thrust. Down Thrust as scroll is often used either at fighting Gyork, or basically the boss of Palace of Winds, or when having a small strategy doing Vati 2. Rylux, meanwhile, is picking up his Lantern. Some sort of dead scrub, but yeah, probably Ashes at this point. Yeah, Ashes makes actually a lot of sense. Since all the trees are just burnt down and dead. Okay, Rylux getting swallowed whole by the Moldom there. Getting pooped on. We still haven't figured out if there's a special modifier for that debuff there. Yeah, he's getting pooped out. Oh, the skip that NesmaN just did with the mushroom there. I think that was one of the earliest like skips ever noticed or written down for Minish Cap. Yeah, basically the Game Boy Advance titles, while they are 2D, they have different Y layers. And interestingly enough, the mushroom is on the same layer as the little pit there. Yeah, the first speedrun of the game in 205 had that glitch, exactly. Well, I don't suppose that's a proper glitch, it's just that the devs put the mushroom on the wrong layer. Or not even the mushroom, but the whole platform. Exploit, yeah, exploit. NesmaN is going to pick up his blue sword here. That does give him access to World Crypt, so he can confidently complete World Crypt now. He has the key, he has the lantern, he's got the Pegasus boots. Ah, that's amazing. Yeah, NesmaN definitely did the right play by by favoring Morkrenel instead of Caster Worlds. And on top of that, Rylux doesn't have his grip ring. So, since Rylux doesn't have his grip ring, the blue sword isn't open to him. He still needs his grip ring. Big oof. And we do know that the grip ring is in the courtyard, which Rylux hasn't checked yet. What is the seat? Ah, it's amazing. Okay, yeah. Meanwhile, NesmaN is going to check the entirety of World Crypt. Or basically the World Valley. Quickly chatting with the Fairy of the Arrows. Picking up the Tingle Trophy there. Could be a fetch item quest for Cape. We do know that the mushroom is at Karloff's house, which is a fetch quest item in itself. So players might check, but they might get the Karloff medallion just to get the mushroom to unlock a good check here. Okay, let's pick up the Pearl Beam. Yeah, unfortunately, since Rylux doesn't have his not his Gusture, but his what's it called? His grip ring. He has to do the vanilla routing through Lower Oh, okay. So, we have our first forethought at Dampé in World Crypt. That's the fastest forethought that we've gotten at the tourney so far. Like, in total, at all. We've got the forethought at Dampé. Okay, that's amazing. That opens up the schoolyard. So yeah, thing is, with this seed, two of the most common items for the races to... I'm done. I'm done, we've got the flippers. At this point, I'm at a loss for words. Okay, so, for all who are fairly unaware, I'm getting surprised each time something happens. Oh, for fuck's sake, what is happening? Sorry for swearing, but this is definitely the fastest seed I've ever seen in the history of the randomizer. What is this seed? Hang on. I quickly have to collect myself here. Wow. Yeah, this seed might actually prove a new record. So, for the ones who are fairly unaware, this, well, yeah, 3 kinstones, mids, and the cape. So that's 5 items at 24 minutes, basically 25 minutes. We are 4 items from Guild mode, and the race, well, and at least NesmaN can do crypt. He can do, excuse me. NesmaN can. He can complete the crypt, he can complete Cave of Flames, he can complete Temple of Droplets. The only item that he still needs is the kinstones for Fortress of Winds. Yeah, I'm speechless as I'm speechless at this point. Okay, so for the ones who are a bit unaware, there are more or less 2 items that are the most common ones to be last locationed. Last location meaning that they are the last ones that needed to be picked up in order to complete the final dungeon. Those being the Gust Jar and the Foresword. Both won us, well, not both won us, but Rylux has already his Gust Jar, and NesmaN has both of them. Yeah, so NesmaN already picked up his flippers and his cane in World Crypt. The flippers and the cane open up a whole lot of checks in town, at Lake Hylia, and Mount Kennel. I think the safest place so far for NesmaN is checking the most alternate locations. One of them being actually Cave of Flames, and the Beanstalk on top of Cave of Flames. Well, to the north. This is a new record so far. First element in World Crypt at that, at 25 minutes. That's definitely a new record. That's that's amazing. Also, for one of the trackers, could you add maybe a bottle to Rylux's inventory? He already picked up the bottle, and thank you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's not a record for the fastest first element, but it's definitely a record for fastest crypt. I can't imagine a seed where we got crypt access this early. Wow, okay, just wow. Interestingly enough, NesmaN is not going to go for the quick warp strategy. What NesmaN could have done is set his quick warp at Mount Kennel, or basically at Cave of Flames. And then, this is very complaint. We'll see about that. One thing that is quite often done is setting your quick warp here at Cave of Flames, then heading back out and checking the top of Mount Kennel Beanstalk, since that is 10 different, 10 different checks, basically. Not even 10, it's probably like 13 to 14, with a whole wall there. Yeah, we might actually see the... wouldn't be the first time that we've got the cape at Morkel Beanstalk. Either that or the cape at Gleerock. Yeah, this seed actually might give NesmaN just cape randomly in Cape of Flames. On the other hand, at Rylux, meanwhile, he's going to get his courtyard checks done, which does mean that he will be picking up his grip ring soon. Hopefully. I think the grip ring was in one of the human-sized springs, though, or I don't know, springs? Fountains? Fountains. So he didn't really pick that up yet. So yeah, the grip ring is right beneath him. He only has to check it. Let's hope that he doesn't forget about it. Since that's easily doable with 2 checks at one location. And it's basically just muscle memory to do the human-sized checks first, then switch to Minish, do both of them, and then just quick warp out of there. Yeah, NesmaN at this point only needs his cape for the easiest... wait, this could be a God mode Cape of Flames. If we get maybe the mids, Kinstone, or the cape there. Okay, Rylux getting back for this check there and picking up the grip ring. Yeah, he's not he's not happy about that. Unfortunately, only one small key so far. Yeah, at this point, I suppose if NesmaN picks up his cape before fighting Gleerock, that's going to be a bit more easier. Yeah, and with Rylux having the grip ring and the red sword, he can check Greyblade, which will award him with his blue sword. Okay. Let's actually see if Rylux decides to do Greyblade first. It does look like it. Yeah, he's opening up the business scrub here. And I'm quite curious to see whether or not he's going to visit World Crypt as well, right after obtaining his blue sword, or if he's going to chime in and do the vanilla routing for Cape of Flames. Although, that's not too likely. He's probably going to check the World Crypt first, or even a few town checks. Since he has he has everything for World Crypt, basically. What is the seed? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is amazing. That's an incredible seed, yeah. NesmaN, you don't need to check that. That's only a map. Yep, seeing a map there. Unfortunately, NesmaN doesn't have his Great Spin yet. So he can't do like the optimal strategy here, but it's very close to being optimal. No. Well. Yeah, he failed a few bomb throws there. He could just stun them with his boomerang, but I suppose that would be too easy. So yeah, Rylux picking up a few bombs from the bomb fairy. Also, the bomb fairy has a few bombs on the murals for the room, basically, in the walls. There's something on the walls! Would you imagine that? The 80% threat. Oh, you mean with the bottle there? Interesting enough, Rylux is checking the beanstalk before NesmaN does, and if he finds his cape here, he's having probably about 4 minutes of time advantage. Okay, so it was actually a good call for NesmaN to do basically the beanstalk after Cave of Flames. Oh, on the Spiky 2 fight. The 90% strat is throwing down 3 regular bombs and then doing shenanigans with the spin attack, isn't it? Okay, that's the big wallet. We don't need the wallet though. Why is it actually going vanilla? Why is this? Okay, yeah. This little maneuver is going to cost Rylux about 5 minutes at least. Could even be 7 minutes. At this point, NesmaN is definitely... Yeah, NesmaN has a huge lead right now. That's... Oof. That's just a big oof. Yeah, so Rylux will be finding everything but his cane in Cave of Flames. We do know that the first half of Cave of Flames is basically barren. Uh-oh, NesmaN's not going to set this... NesmaN's not going to set his Wet Warp here. Instead, he's opting to use the vanilla routing through Cave of Flames. Getting the fast cycle here. Could access with... At this point, I don't even know. He's picking up the book. Okay, so Jack's favorite chest had a book there. Unfortunately, it's not the Force Sword, since we do know that Dampé found the Force Sword while just digging randomly in the graveyard. Yeah, early graveyard keys says basically go to World Crypt. There's something good for you, and well, the good items were the Force Sword, the Flippers, and the Cane. So yeah, NesmaN's going to take the scenic route through Cave of Flames, having a little sightseeing tour here and there, while Rylux is opting for the panorama route. Okay, so we do know where the second bow is. So NesmaN completely not doing casseroles completely paid off. He already got his bow. He does not need to check casseroles just now. It's completely barren. Okay, just repeat them. Yeah. So he's going to check the big key chest next, and then he's going to check Gleerock, also called the Soul Code Lava Lapras. Fortunately, just finding a few bombs there. Yeah, he's using the time, setting the Red Warp here. However, NesmaN already checked every single check in Cave of Flames, so the Red Warp isn't really necessary anymore. And depending on where the Ocarina is, yeah, Rylux might actually lose quite a few more times there, or quite a few more. I think he's not happy. Oh, he's going to quick warp. Okay, so it looks like he's not gambling on he's not gambling on anything good in Cave of Flames, which is a fairly reasonable call. Yeah. But I think if you're uncertain where the cane is, we do know that it's a good call, but I think I would have, well, if I wouldn't have taken the stroll through Vanilla Cave of Flames or through Vanilla Mount Kennel, at least I would have fought the Spiky Chew fight, just to make sure that it's not a Vanilla cane. But it looks like Wallace is making their way towards the World Crypt now, hopefully. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, he's checking World Crypt. Picking his cane and his flippers up. Probably dropping a few bombs and Fury swipes at Dampé and the cane location. Yeah, Nesma's showing something that you have to do very precisely. That is wall attacking Gleerock's core there. It's quite easy to not roll into Gleerock's core, but roll right next to it and then just plopping into the lava. So yeah, second element at less than 40 minutes in. That's nice. That's very nice. Ooh, that's picking up the dash attack here. Yeah, also, quick warping is quicker than using the green warp to green warp out of the dungeon, basically. Yeah, okay. Let's see what Malawi has. Just a piece of heart. So yeah, at this point, NesmaN has quite a few checks open. So, he can do Lake Hylia. Yeah, definitely. Doing Cave Flames as your second element in sub 40 is fantastic. There's no need to discuss that anymore. Yeah, NesmaN has... Let's see, Rylux okay. Yeah, Rylux isn't too happy about that. Where was I? Exactly. So, as far as locations are concerned, which NesmaN could check, there's Lake Hylia with, what's it called? Temple of Droplets. Temple of Droplets is a required dungeon in addition to that, which he can complete fully. He has every single item that he needs to have for Temple of Droplets. So you might want to check Todd next. Other than that, he can turn in the Tingle Trophy. He can check Dr. Left. He can check the minutes checks in town. He could venture into Caster Walls, but he won't find anything good in there. Let's see, what else can he do? Oh, yeah, he's going to check the Beanstalk next. Picking up his third bottle there. Oh, Rylux is missing the clones on the graveyard in the meantime. Let's see, what else can NesmaN check right now? He's got access to deep... Yeah, he's got the flippers. He's got access to Deepwood Shrine. He can't check Wave Falls though. Upper Wave Falls, that is. Yeah, Rylux. Yeah, I think at this point it's either Torch or it's Deepwood Shrine. However, I would prefer Torch just because it's much more item dense. With its 20-something checks. Yeah, it is either Todd or Town, but I think at this point you would prioritize Todd first, since you have to do Todd either way. So if you are, let's say you're checking Town first, and then you're picking up maybe your Cape, or your Mids, possibly, or maybe even a few Kinstones. Doing that before Todd that's a bit, I don't know. Town could be bound for all we know. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Cape makes Todd easier since you can skip that. But School Garden is probably a good idea as well. Doing School Garden and then Todd maybe. Or even turning in the Tingle Trophy just for the meme point. There might be something on Tingle, we never know. Okay, so picking up a second wallet there. However, he might choose to do Caster Wilds, since that is completely untouched by him, and we didn't even see the hiking checks and the flippers checks in Caster Wilds. Yeah, but I think at this point, maybe School Garden, doing a few like very dense locations quickly, and then Cape on Weapon Call of Metal. That might be possible. That's totally possible. However, it does look like NesmaN's going to check a few more Flippers locations first. Which is fair enough, I suppose. Maybe he's just checking the Northern Highway field checks in order to route this more comfortably towards London Ranch and then Lake Hylia. Who knows? At this point, we can't even know. Yeah, meanwhile, Rylux already also picked up his foresword and his cape there. His cane. Yeah, that's a decent time and position to do mode. Since he does need to traverse through Northern Highway field either way. Okay, the one is having a little hand check there. Both checking the same Lupus locations in Northern Highway field. And it looks like NesmaN is making his way into Lower Vale Forts. Yeah, that's actually a fairly good idea. Lower Vale Forts is, I believe, about 10 checks maybe? 1, 2, 3... Okay, 9 checks, but 2 are inaccessible because they don't have the mids yet. So yeah, 7 checks for maybe 2 minutes of time investment. Well, not even 2 minutes, probably more or less just 1 minute. That's a good call. And who knows, maybe Split Blade has something. Isn't 6-6? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, you're right, that's 6. There are only 3 Rupemania spots. Okay, unfortunately Rupemania doesn't have a thing here. Rylux also opting to check Vale Forts, but the upper region. However, he can't access it yet since he doesn't have his Kinstone. Yeah, NesmaN's probably going to go to Lake next. He can't access the treasure cave though. But he has... Okay, he's still missing a heart if that... Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, NesmaN only has 9 hearts. 8 hearts, so he still needs to get 2 more to check Waveblade. Yeah, exactly. Rylux is going to check the garden next. Which, for all we know, could have the cape. If God has the cape, then that makes Rylux get back to his feet quite a bit. Okay, we've got a rupee. We've got a heart piece. Another rupee on the heart piece spot. And rupees. Okay, so garden wasn't really that much of a hole. Yeah, NesmaN can also check the minute checks here in Lake Hylia. He's getting a bit bullied by the... yeah, he's getting a bit bullied by the Octorux though. Yeah, we got the force out for nothing basically. Okay, NesmaN is... Yeah, there we go. NesmaN's muscle memory is kicking in and he's going to check the Minish Woods check first, thus setting his quick warp to more comfortably quick warping in and between Lake Hylia and Minish Woods. Rylux is going to check the Simon simulation though. So Simon simulation is something that you want to do fairly early, since we do have a little bug or I don't know, glitch maybe that sets flags basically. So if you do this fight for the first time before heading into any like major dungeon, you've got this exact pattern, and if that's not the case, well, if you visit a few dungeons before heading into Simon simulation, there's a chance that you get a longer fight. Since that's... I don't know. We don't know how that's kept track of, but yeah. Yeah, at this point, NesmaN kind of wants to find his cape. Or 2 more Kinstones. No, wait, it's 3 more Kinstones. Oh, okay. Rylux is picking up his Ocarina here. At Karloff's at that. The Ocarina currently only opens up 1 check. Wait, oh, no, more checks than that. 3 checks. Yeah, 3. So we've got sewers and we've got library. We can't check yellow yet. However, it looks like yeah, it looks like Rylux is going to go into Todd as well. Or basically just backtracking. No, following NesmaN's footsteps. There we go. Never mind. Okay, yeah, he's going to check a few more checks in Lake Hylia first. I'm still super overwhelmed just by this seed. However, Rylux does have his 10 hearts, so he can check Waveblade. Whereas NesmaN still needs 1 more heart for that. Okay. That's only a heart piece there. And it looks like Rylux is also making his way into Temple of Droplets. Both runners don't have the flute though. Flute, the cape. There we go. The cape lets you. With the cape, you're able to skip 1 major, fairly long. Okay, split gauge, small key. Unfortunately, no cape. Cloudhops. It's a Cloudhop skin zone. That's the wrong one. We want to see the Castle One skin stones. So yeah, with cape you can skip the path basically. So Temple Droplets is let's say that its layout is basically you start in the bottom left corner of the dungeon. Yeah, NesmaN is going to check he's actually doing lily pad. So that's interesting to see. But I think that's not too bad of a call right now, since there is the possibility that we have the cape in Todd. Check the second. Okay, yeah, that makes sense though. But I think at this point NesmaN probably just wants to open up the blue warp. And who knows, maybe he has the right call. We do not know where the cape is. It could be, for all we know, it could be in town or in Deeper Shrine. Wants to not cape, really. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, maybe he's just... Okay, that's Sword Beam. Yeah, that's a fair point, Myth. He's getting a bit trolled by the ice physics here. But I think, along with the Force Sword, he's going to make quick work of that mana pillar there. Oof, getting... Oh no, NesmaN! Oh, he's getting flung around by the mana pillar. And the mana pillar, the ice physics, and the cobwebs. There we go. Interestingly enough, Rylux is opting for the same strategy here. Going for the lily pad of all things. So I suppose both runners, since they are both doing the same routing, it's not the most optimal routing or strategy, but it puts them back on equal footing, at least as far as Temple of Droplets is concerned. Let's see if that's... Okay, yeah, NesmaN remembers to actually activate the switch there. There we go. He gets the skip, and he's able to comfortably skip the ice puzzle there. There's a great spin. So we actually have a spin scroll. We don't know if it's if it's just a spin scroll or a great spin scroll. But we have once again a spin scroll in the plain ice path chest. I don't know what it's called. So yeah, in a race a few weeks ago. We had Ice Plane 3. Okay, yeah. In a race a few weeks ago, we had our first spin scroll at this exact location. And it took our runners even more time than... Yeah, I think our runner picked up the spin scroll at 1 hour and maybe 2 minutes? 1 hour and 1? Something like that. Uh-oh, that's where we set the... yeah, that's what unfortunately did reset the lily pad. So it's now at the bottom of... I think it's at the bottom, right? Oh no, it's back on top. Okay. Yeah, lily pads are confusing. And they do not abide by the laws of physics. That was intentional. I don't know if I don't know if that was intentional. Anyway, Nesma has his foresight and his boomerang, and he can comfortably and quickly make work of those scissor ice beetles or scissor beetles. That's a good lucky. Okay. Okay. What if it hasn't? Okay, so if that wouldn't have happened, then the helipad would have been back at the beginning of the path, like at the upper waterfall area, or what? Okay, Rylux is going to... Is he going to do... Oh. Okay, yeah, Rylux is actually choosing to do the vanilla path there. That's when we said it. Okay. Yeah, that makes... Okay. Okay, so Rylux is actually choosing to do the vanilla route here. Hi, Starlight. And quickly solving the ice puzzle here. Starlight, you missed the most incredible seed. We've had our foresight and at about 20 minutes. It was just mind-blowing. So all the items that the runner currently have, they pick those items up within the first half an hour. I think it was so the progression was grip ring in courtyard, in castle courtyard, basically the regular sized checks, and I think we had the so we've had Smith Sword in a regular place, then we've had Green Sword at Swiftblade. We got the Red Sword, I believe, in a lantern check? I don't know. Red Sword at Ruby Cave. Okay, so we've got the Red Sword at Ruby Cave. Oh yeah. Right. We had the Red Sword at Ruby Cave in Southern Hyrule Field. Then we've had the Blue Sword at Greyblade, at which point the runners had access to Graveyard. And then we had the Four Sword at Dampé. And we've actually had Flippers and Cane in second half of Wall Valley. So this is a mind-boggling fast seed. The runners only need Cape and the 3 Castle Watskin stones. That's it. And they are more or less hoping that either Cape or the Kinstones are here in Todd. Oh, and mids. Oh yeah, we do need the mids for Mazel, don't we? Oof. I have no idea what is happening currently. So both of us are actually having more or less the same routing and pathing. We've had a split at probably like minute 15, supposedly, where Rylux chose to clear Castle, whereas NesmaN chose to clear Mount Kennel. And NesmaN made the right call. Unfortunately, Rylux found nothing in Castle. Okay, So this is our second major location for Temple of Droplets. Compass, hard piece, hard container. Yeah. Yeah, Rylux is further behind, since they still need to do Cave of Flames. Rylux chose to vanilla path the... Oh yeah, this is a barren yet required Todd, isn't it? That's earning no event point. Barren Todd. Well, there might be something on Octo or on Webberfett though. Deeper Shrine or Clear Town? That's actually a good question. We do have a lot of checks in town open. But I think completing Deeper Shrine is quicker than completing town in its entirety. Once you get the first place on the ban list. No, if you get first place on the ban list, that means that you have to do the punishment seed. Are you sure that you want to do that? Since the punishment seed will most likely be some sort of I need a coach. Okay. Yeah, we'll coach you. We're giving you a few trend seeds, a few myth seeds, and then you should be good to go. Oh yeah, NesmaN didn't pick up his Ocarina. So I think he might actually go to... Well, we do know that the Ocarina is a very quick spot in town. Oh, it looks like NesmaN is... Okay, yeah, he's choosing to quickly do a safety save here. A safety save. In order to... Tell us to check this early. Yeah, you do call off early, just because it's just a check that you have to get towards. That's like... Okay. Fortunately, NesmaN is going to be thwarted by the mana pillars here once again. There we go. Getting fairly quick fights against them. Let's just hope that NesmaN doesn't pick up his... Well, that NesmaN doesn't orphan his Ocarina for quite a while. I feel like we've had that before. Not with the Ocarina, but with another certain item. Namely the Gastja and the Hearth in the last race. Well, it wasn't the last race, was it? More or less. Okay. Oh, Rylux did screw up his puzzling here, or his puzzle solving. Great, someone ignored the dojo the whole seat. Ouch. Okay, yeah. That's not good. Okay, and with that we see Octo at 1 hour and 1. That's more or less the same time that different race took to get the first spin. Just to put that in perspective, third element at an hour. Unfortunately, they still need a few more items for their fourth element. No matter today, yeah, but I can totally see that being this seed becoming a new record. Maybe a sub 150 even at that. Depending on how quick we'll get all kinstones. We'll have to see about NesmaN checking casseroles though. NesmaN hasn't touched casseroles. There might be something... Well, NesmaN might choose to check casseroles before heading into Deeper Shrine. Oh, one is getting a bit trolled by the ice physics on the right-hand side. Yeah, it will give time to, for Rylux to catch up. As well as... Oh yeah, we didn't see hiking. Yeah, we didn't see the flippers checks in Castle Worlds. So if hiking has anything, then Good for NesmaN, bad for Rylux. NesmaN getting the quick kill on Octo, having a 0 ink cycle. Wow. That's just okay. Yeah, NesmaN's getting really good. Really good luck. And even getting a vanilla element here. This is winner's bracket, right? Oh, it's loser's bracket. Winner's... Ooh, it's winner's bracket. Okay, nice. Yeah, unfortunately, there might be a slight possibility that Wobbuffet has something, since we did see the map and the compass. However, NesmaN choosing to not fight Wobbuffet, just for now. That's what we're going to check Wave Flight. I don't know what I have to make of out of that seat. It's incredible. Oh, we've got our third element at an hour. Yeah, and as NesmaN is making his way out of Temple Droplets and possibly into town. Yeah, it looks like he's going to town first. Rylux is starting to fight Octo. And he's also going for the man-up. Okay, NesmaN going... Where's he going? Oh, he's going to check Tingle! He's going to check his old friend Tingle and the boots check down here. But it does look like NesmaN is going to be focusing his next like few checks in town and possibly southern, well, the southern part of the map basically. There we go. Let's see what Tingle has in store for him. He's already preparing the bombs. Ah, it's just an art piece. Okay, it's nothing too important. Still blowing up Tingle though. Oh, this is amazing. Let's see what there's. Okay, Swiftfight didn't really have anything good, did he? They can't do it because of the. Oh, they don't have shield, right? You want shield for the man up. Okay, that's been just getting a bit pocket change from. Okay, he's going to pick up his ocarina now. Nice. Oh, that's good. Let's go. He's bombing Garlov. Rylux is getting an ink cycle though. Yeah, NesmaN's probably going to be a bit mad about the ocarina. But who knows, maybe he's going... Oh, excuse me. NesmaN's actually going to check Library next. Since, well, Karlov, or more or less the ocarina, had been in Logic for, I don't know, maybe half an hour now? Yeah, they picked up the flippers in Wall Crypt, which they entered at about 40 minutes. No, not 40 minutes. 30, 25. Something like that. That's a Cloud Top Skin Stone, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Cloud Top Skin Stone. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, NesmaN is only picking up a few kinstones. And not the ones that he wants to see. He does need the so-called Castle kinstones. Yeah, I don't know what I'll... At this point, we just need the cape. The cape and the kinstones. And the mids. But since... Well, it's Fortress. There's a big chance that the cape and the mids is actually in Fortress or in Wind Ruins. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, so both runners are going to check their flippers locations from the looks of it. To figure out where to head next. So NesmaN has Devo Train open. He has Town Checks open. And he has Castle Walls open. That's our way forward Kinstone actually. Oh no! So yeah, with that, NesmaN has access to Cloud Tops. So yeah, this is a one of them. It's a one-of-the-mill no seed. It gave you everything you desired in the first hour, and then after that, it all goes downhill, and you'll have to go to Cloud Tops to probably pick up your to get your Castle Kinstones. What are actually the chances of that? Actually having the if the Castle Kinstones, all three of them being in Vale Forts and Cloud Tops. But I suppose at the least, Vale Forts in itself is a fairly quick location. Cloud Tops isn't, but Vale Forts is. Oof. Yeah. There also might be a possibility that there's something on Dr. Left, just because the seed gave us the power voices early. And generally speaking, there has to be a reason why we have power voices early. It's backtracking that... Oh yeah, that's backtracking. And since they do have the Ocarina, that makes things considerably faster. Okay, and quick warping here. I think quick warping back to the entrance of Vale Forts is quicker than having to do the clone puzzle all over again, isn't it? Yeah, it's quicker. Much faster. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, luckily NesmaN's going to pick up his, well, let's call it the last major Rupemania location in the seed, with the Vale Forts Rupemania location. He's going to check the waterfall first. And interesting enough, while NesmaN is going to check upper Vale Forts, Rylux is making his way through lower Vale Forts. We have the cape! We've got the cape in Vale Forts! There we go. Yeah, and wallet. We've more or less hit wallet percent. Although it's not completely wallet percent. Simply because NesmaN, well, that was NesmaN's last, second to last wallet there. Yeah, they have different wallets. However, it does look like NesmaN is going to check Cloud Tops first, which isn't a bad call. He's got the cape. That makes Cloud Tops I think probably about like 1 to 2 minutes faster, like in total. At the moment there's nothing random wallets. Yeah, Mid's locked 3 items here in Cloud Tops. And for all we know, those could be the 3 Kinstones. But I seriously doubt that. Oh, looks like Rylux is making his way into Deeper Shrine next. No? Okay, he's checking Northern Windish Woods. Both of them have access to Deeper Shrine. They can full clear it. Well, and town. So both of them didn't do the town checks. If there's something on Deeper Shrine or in town, they're going to Deeper Shrine estimates. That's totally possible at this point. It's also quite interesting to see that Rylux didn't do his Cave of Flames next. It's a required dungeon, and he hasn't touched it yet. However, he did pick up the Wind Crest there, so he can flute up towards it as soon as he desires to. Yeah, I think if you... It's clapped up as well. I just hope that they don't need to go to Palace before heading into Fortress. Yeah, unfortunately, Cloud was available. Don't say that so soon yet, Myth. There might be something in Palace. We don't know. Got a bomb back there? Let's just hope that NesmaN's going to check a few more checks in town before heading into... Yeah, at this point NesmaN might either check... Yeah, he's going to check town. Okay, good. He can check everything in town. That's, well, not everything, but he can get everything that's not in the Molmit's cave, and that's not the, what's it called, the pillar in the lower half, the town pillar basically. But interestingly enough, both runners didn't do any like major Minish checks in town, so there's still many checks open in town. We have the hearth, we have the hotel, got I think the mayor's basement. We have fountain. We've got the sewers, and just it looks like NesmaN's going to check school next. Gilmore gloves. I don't actually know if we've seen the mids required for girl mode. That could be possible, but I think that's probably unlikely. Since they still need the Kinstones. Yeah, I haven't seen a mids go mode as well. I haven't seen it either. So yeah, but I suppose you never know. For all we know, the last progression item might actually be the shield or something like that. Just because. Okay, so that's the final cut of Kinstone. Yeah, NesmaN isn't happy about that. It could be entirely possible. I've seen my. I had a practice race earlier this week, and I've had my last cast towards Kinstone in Palace of Winds on a non-elemental York. So yeah, at least NesmaN is choosing to go into Deeper Shrine next. It's a fairly quick, probably fairly quick. Since he does have all the items to just run through it. Oh, we did. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, you can do this in about 5 minutes. He's probably going to complete Deeper Shrine as soon as Rylux is moving out of Cave of Flames. So yeah. It's also quite interesting that NesmaN hasn't checked Castle Walls at the moment. So he hasn't set foot into Castle Walls, so he might check that next before heading into Palace. Which still gives Rylux quite some time to breathe and to catch back up. Because at the moment, I suppose NesmaN is more or less in the lead. He picked up his cape. He has access to cloud tops. There are the mids. Okay, we've got the mids. We've got the mids in Deeper Shrine. Myth, you caught that actually. So yeah. I think at this point it's a fairly good play to either check all the miss locations first. Unfortunately, there are a lot of miss locations in Minish Cap. So he might actually choose to go to Wind Tribe first. Get his Wind Tribe Quick Warp set up, and then just seeing if maybe the 7 checks in total in Wind Tribe? Yeah, 7 checks. 6 if you've already done Griggle. Have something for you. Because that are 6 fairly quick checks in Wind Tribe. However, it does look like NesmaN is going to choose to head into the basement first. Why always seem to do this? We don't know. I suppose because of reasons. Dax blame you. Yeah. Hashtag always blame Dax. Yeah, I think doing Mullers is at this point quicker than doing Lillipad section. I don't know. I think he picked up his map. But I'm not too sure on that. That's been getting a bit trolled by the water here. Okay, pick up a small key. And it looks like Rylux is also choosing to go for the basically the I don't know, would you call it the basement first? Yeah, it's the basement, isn't it? Choosing to go for the basement first and then fighting Gleerock. However, with Rylux and the basement, what I like to do is do the Gleerock fight before the basement, just because there might be the off chance that Gleerock has the cape. Okay. Oh, it looks like NesmaN didn't actually pick up his map there, and he's going to bail. I suppose that's fair. If you have the moments, those open up possibly about 20 checks all around the map. Oh, that's a weird tip, yeah. He didn't check the bulldozers, and he didn't check the meta pillar fight. Oh, and green shoe at that. Yeah, he's not the blue warp, but he did get the blue warp, which isn't too bad. He does know where his... yeah, it's easy to return. Oh, he's... okay, yeah, so I probably know why he's going to check the other part of... yeah, returning to Deeper Shrine takes a while. Uh-oh. For me, his stream cut off. Is that... uh-oh. That's on your... okay, good. Well, I'll just quickly refresh the page. I was just about to get panicked because we've had it before that someone crashed. Okay, yeah, he's going to check Hype Cave. Probably. So am I too. Yeah, then just refresh. For me, he's just going to go to the left side of Hype Cave. Which is a reasonable switch down. Oh, it is. Uh-oh. Well, I refreshed mine and looking fine at my end. Although NesmaN has only 22 seconds delay instead of when compared to Rylux's 34 seconds delay. Oh well. So let me actually quickly check the Twitch page just to make sure that I don't spoil NesmaN. Okay. Just quickly refresh that. Okay, yeah, both of them are now on about 25 seconds of delay. That's good. Okay, yeah, so, NesmaN checking Turtle Cave, while Rylux is fighting the Lava Lapras. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's too much in Treasure Cave so far. On the wall. Wait, there's something on the wall? Hang on, let me actually enhance that. Oh yeah, there has to be something on the walls, isn't there? It does look like a weird snake's head, though. It does look like an overused joke. Yeah, right. We're going to enhance in like we do in these weird like TV crime shows, where they enhance on, I don't know, on a moving car, and then there's something on the then there's a reflection on the screw in the license plate of the car, and they're going to enhance that going to enhance that as well, and then we see the reflection of something else. Yeah, Wax is going to pick up his third element here, along with a scroll. That was a down thrust, but I don't know. It was dash attack. Okay, good, good. Yeah, with that, Rylux and Nesma are more or less, not more or less on equal footing, but since NesmaN had quite a lot more checks on his belt. However, Rylux still needs the mids and his Cloud Top Skin Stones. And for all we know, there might be the Castle Skin Stones in Cloud Tops or even at the Wind Tribe or Palace. But it does look like NesmaN, but Rylux is choosing to do funeral checks in town. Oh, it's actually... I don't think that he can check Yalawi, so he's probably going to check the sewers. And NesmaN is finally completing his bottle percent there. At just under 1.5 hours. And it looks like he's going to check their faults. Yeah, 100%, exactly. Woo! So we've got that nailed down, which is nice. And it looks like NesmaN is going to prepare for quick warping out of here. Got a rupee. So yeah, as far as items are concerned, NesmaN is ahead of Rylux with moments, with 3 kinstones, and the last bottle. Oh, and the cape. Yeah, at this point they either they have to be in Palace of Winds. It's either Palace of Winds. Yeah, it's either Palace of Winds, Boba Fett, Green Shoe, or Mother Pillar, or the Bulldozer fight in Deeper Shrine, well, or hiking. But other than that, we have more or less all the locations done. Wind Tribe, hiking versus missed checks. Yeah, missed checks and a few checks around town. A few missed checks. We haven't seen the fountain so far. So fountain and Dr. Left are still open, which the racers can check since they do have the bracelets. Ooh. And the cane and the flippers. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, both races will be doing a few checks for their stone pillar. There we go. Yeah, I think Vessel is probably just weighing his options here. Why's gonna do it? Yeah, Rylux needs his mids for that. So yeah. NesmaN seeing that he got the wrong pattern here. There we go. Fending off the dangerous key. Keys are basically Zelda's equivalent of bats. So both of us are going to check the well at the same time. Well, or at least choosing to check the well. Keys in that cave suck, yeah. But luckily for NesmaN, he can check the entirety of this little cave here, since he already did the school basement check. And meanwhile, Rylux is choosing to possibly drown a few chickens. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Dex. You should know about that by now. Yeah, I think at this point, it's probably in Palace. The Kinstones are probably in Palace at this point. We've checked Anju. The only checks that are still left are Dr. Left, the Fountain, and I think School Top. And other than that, we more or less already have... Oh, we did School Top. Okay, good. Yeah, and as far as the left is concerned, Rylux is going to check that now. Who knows, maybe it's a Kinstone. We need Kinstones. Especially Rylux needs Kinstones. And it, well, according to Rylux tracker, he already picked up 4 Cloudtop Kinstones. So you might wanna, thank you. However, he's still missing his Velford Kinstone. Which is in... where's the Kinstone? Where was it? I don't actually know where the... Which... oh yeah, right. Yeah, it looks like both of us... Okay, NesmaN quickly double checking if there's a Jabberknock down there. And unfortunately, found nothing. So, yeah, at this point, the Castle Kinstones are either in Wind Tribe, at Wobbuffet, at the Depot Shrine locations that haven't been checked, or at Palace. And it looks like NesmaN is going to check Palace. Or at least checking the Wind Tribe. Yes. Oh, yeah, he has the bits checks, doesn't he? Yeah, that's a good call. Since, well, it's highly unlikely, but there might be the bits checks in Palace, in Cloudtops that hold the Kinstone there. Interestingly enough, we're still missing the Call-Off medal. Let's see if NesmaN actually remembers to pick up his mids checks here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, he's going to go to Wind Tribe first. That might bite him in the butt later on, but I think for now it's not too bad of a call. Okay, he said the... Okay, never mind. He said the Wind Warp. And now he's going for the mids checks here. Yeah, Rylux didn't pick up his bombs so far. His remote bombs. We do know that the remote bombs are in Vale Falls. So, yeah. He needs to check his mids checks in Western Woods. Dog food. There we go. So that's one more fetch quest item. Yeah, that's possible. Either that or he just wants to quickly flute up there. But I don't know if that's actually too useful. Just for the flute. Oh well. He's going to take Wind Tribe either way. Meanwhile, Rylux is trying once again the Kaku minigame. Not bathing the chickens in the river there. Yeah, it's going to check wheel. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just Rippy. Going to leave a quick present there. While Rylux is getting a bit trolled by the white Kaku there. Okay, let's see if there's a Kinstone here. Rippy. Another Rippy. And the 2 chests at the Elder. So it is actually either Palace, Deeper Shrine, Robofet. And I think that's every check that we can check so far. Oh, they're still hiking in what's his face? They're still hiking in the mod of Top Kernel. In the top of my kernel. There we go. There's the digging location in Castle Walls that we get. Yeah, it's not going to go. Ah, he's heading in the dogfood first. Maybe that's why he's saved. Okay, never mind. He's doing a few more overworld checks from the looks of it. Possibly heading into Castle Walls. Where's he going now? Oh, he's checking Anju, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Okay, yeah. Rylux is going to go up very forwards now, and he's going to soon pick up his escape. But I still don't know where he's going to go next after that. Let's see. Yeah, this was probably going to check the fountain next. So at the moment they're just trading locations back and forth. And I don't know if you can consider Rylux having the advantage just for now, since he does have Castle Walls on his belt. But on the other hand, NesmaN has more overworld checks. Yeah, I suppose you're right. NesmaN already checked the entirety of passive winds and opened up. He checked the entirety of Cloud Hops and he did Wind Tribe. Although Rylux, on the other hand, did check the Castle Walls. So I suppose it's even I would propose, just because it all depends now on who gets his hands on the Castle Walls Kinstones earlier. For all we know, the Kinstones could be I don't know. Okay, yeah. That's a good argument. That's a good point. And we don't even know if Rylux is going to go up to Cloud Tops. But one thing that's interesting is that we're still missing all 3 Kinstones for Castle Walls. Not 1, not 2, but all 3 of them. Yeah, it looks like all 3 puzzle wins. That's possible, Myth. That's totally possible. Okay, that's NesmaN's long spin. So that's nice. That's a shield. The shield might be progression at this point. We might see something on the business scraps. Who knows? And we still need to check Karloff. We haven't seen Karloff's medal yet. Okay, yeah, it looks like NesmaN is going to check the scrubs. Or at least the Truby Highlands one, or Truby Hills one. Okay, that's just 50 rupees. Yeah, he's checking the scrubs. Yeah, Wallace will be getting his last Cloud of Kinstone in Cloud Hops. I don't know if he's going to go up Palace though, since mids just opened up. Well, he will pick up his mids soon, but the mids opened up quite a lot of checks all over the map. And okay, oh no, that wasn't the mids. I think the mids were in Deeper Shrine, either Deeper Shrine or Cloud Tops. Yeah, NesmaN is banking on hiking here. Mr. Deeper Shrine. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that. At this point, it's I don't know. Well, we know that we have the whole NesmaN has the whole of Castle Walls open. He hasn't checked Castle Walls at all. It really feels like he's doing a Francois here. He doesn't want to do Caster, he doesn't want to do Palace either, so... What else is open for him? Cloud Tops open... more or less early. I think for about half an hour maybe? Well, at least for NesmaN, maybe half an hour, stuff like that. Yeah, it looks like NesmaN's going to check Castle Walls now. 2 minutes in. It was? Oh, yeah, because of Gripwing, Lantern, and... Yeah, that's fair. Somehow I was thinking about, what was it? Palace, and not Cloud Tops. Yeah, luckily NesmaN was able to check Swiftblade the first here. And... yeah, the mid flippers were late, but also open checks up. Yeah. At this point we can only guess where the Kinstones are. Could be in mids or flipper lock locations in Castle Walls. It could be on Green Shoe, could be on Matterpillar, could be on Wobbuffet, could be in the Bulldozer fight in Deeper Shrine. It could be in Palace. And I think that's about it, isn't it? Well, NesmaN still hasn't checked School Guard and School Top, but we do know that that's nothing. What else? What else? I think that's about it. I've already checked Grigol. We can't get the Mushroom though, since that's locked behind Karlov. Okay, and it does look like Rylux is also putting off Palace just for the time being. Or is he? Okay, he's going to flute away. Let's pick up his quiver here. It looks like Rylux will be checking a few cape locations. Yeah, I don't know where. I have no idea where the last Kinstones are. It's really weird that we still need all of them. Like, all 3 Kinstones. And knowing this seed, it's just in some location it's like in in plain sight. Yeah, remember how I said that it could be a jet seat? I think I lied. It does look like Rylux is going to check Minish though, or the Deep Shrine in general. Let's hope that he checks Metapillar and Green Shoe and Moldoza. Let's seen his bow there. Hello, bow. Yeah, if all three are in Deep Shrine, Rylux is zooming straight ahead. And yeah. But I suppose the possibility of the 4 checks we've got left in Deep Shrine, 3 of them being the Castlewards kills, are tad slim. It's not impossible, but it's very unlikely. However, it wouldn't be too unlikely just because they had access to Deep Shrine for a long time. That's it, boys, for the Ilawi access. We've got our final book here. And I can see that NesmaN is debating on checking Ilawi. Ooh, he's getting the little boost by the golden rope there. Okay. Rylux not continuing Deep Shrine. And bailing. I don't know if that's a good idea. I really don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe he's going to get back in Deep Shrine. He's just checking the moment location here. Yeah, Rylux definitely feels behind at this point. And meanwhile, NesmaN is going to check the only Ilawi. Yeah, Castlewards is Baron. Castlewards was Baron. Todd was Baron as well. Hand in the books. There we go. One thing that I would enjoy is Ilawi giving you the card of metal, and then having 2 of the Kinstones in. Yeah, at this point it's either Deep Shrine or Palace of Winds. Oh, or Wobbuffet. I'm still hoping for my boy Wobbuffet to have something. Okay, Ilawi had actually something. Castlewards or Baron, yeah. I don't know how long it will Rylux take to get back into Castlewards for the moment spots there. Wait, Dax there? I thought that's NesmaN. I thought he's always excited to see Larry have something. However, it does look like NesmaN is going to go to Deep Shrine once again. And quickly grabbing Green Shoe, Metapillar. Yeah, we've got progression on Larry. That's a point for you, Inawi. Progression on Larry, yeah. So far, you have 2 points. 2 mean points. One is Baron, get required time of droplets, and the other one is progression on Yalawi. Okay, that's just a hard piece. This one going to get his big key here. Yeah, I think he quickly just checked if he already did the Bulldozer fight. Seeing that he hasn't picked the fight with the Bulldozers yet and choosing to do so now. Boss has a small key. Yeah. So that's the grand total of one possible item for green to have. That being maybe could be Casawa's concern, could be maybe the Mirror Shield, could actually be the Call of Metal. Who knows at this point? Okay. Yes, so that's it. Okay. Continuing to fight Blue Chew, Green Chew. It's getting a fairly nice pattern, I suppose. He still had the extra jump, but I suppose it could have been worse. There we go. There's our fourth boss in total. And let's see if we got a Kinston here. Oh, that's a hard piece. Dang it. So yeah, at this point it's either Rubber Fett or it's Palace. Let's see where he will go first. Because I can totally see him last occasioning either one of them. Like doing Rubber Fett first and then the Palace, or doing Palace first and then Rubber Fett. Yeah, it does look like he's going to check Palace first. Also, Rylux just finished Bottle Percent, so congratulations to him. So yeah, which is much faster than all of Palace. It is. I think if I were in NesmaN's place, I would have done Blue Chew first and then Palace. And dipping out of Palace after the halfway point and fighting Blue Chew and getting back into Palace isn't really worth it, I suppose. So yeah, for the ones that don't know, Palace of Winds is probably the longest dungeon we have in Minish Cap. And the problem with this dungeon is that basically Palace of Winds is one giant tower. The first of the dungeon is you basically going from the base floor to the 5th floor, all around the tower, and then jumping into the tower and then fighting your way back from the bottom to the top again. So you go from the base floor to floor number 5, and then you jump down to base floor, and then you fight your way up to floor 5 again. However, both the first, like blue warp, the quick warp, is just after dropping down, so you can't really fight your way up, quick warp, and then hope that you get something else. Okay, let's see. Maybe Kaneskip has something for him. Okay, that's the boss key. And 2 small keys. However, since we do still need our kinstones, I suppose it's fairly unlikely that NesmaN is going to skip Pot Push Puzzle at this point. He more or less already committed to the entirety of Palace of Winds with that. With the decision to do Palace before doing Blue Chew. Yeah, more of a story, don't skip Blue Chew. I think this was realizing that he did a bit of an oopsie there. Okay, never mind. Yeah, if you know that Blue Chew has dungeon item, don't skip Blue Chew. If you know that Blue Chew doesn't have a dungeon item, there we go. Yeah, and when doing Palace of Winds in entirety, because you're still looking for your go mode items, then don't skip Pot Push. Also, a quite interesting thing to say, or actually to see, is that at this point, Fortress of Winds is going to be totally barren. We have no Fortress of Go mode. We already have everything. The only thing that they could possibly pick up in Fortress is maybe the Call of Metal or the Mirror Shield. That's it about. Yeah, that's it. I think there's one more bomb bag to be found, but that's it. Oh, he's... Uh-oh. Butterflies, yeah. NesmaN skipping Pot Push. Uh-oh. Yeah, skipping Pot Push is something that you don't want to do, especially when having Palace of Winds as your last basically major location. We're still missing 2 kinstones. And we don't know where they are. They could be either in here or at the mini boss of Temple of Droplets, the Blue Chew fight. So NesmaN has NesmaN has 1 out of 3 Castle Worlds kinstones, while Rylux has 0 out of 3 kinstones. Well, Castle Worlds kinstones. Maybe there's one here? Okay, that's just a compass. Oof. Yeah, there also might be a small possibility that if Pot Push Puzzle has the small key, then he's locked from doing. He's locked out of fighting George, since he still needs all the keys. Exactly. Yeah. And I suppose the possibility of Pot Push Puzzle having having a small key is fairly high. Especially considering that you already have your big key and it's pretty high, yeah. NesmaN might be shooting himself in the foot there. On the other hand, if he's going to check Pot Push Puzzle and it has a key, that's a great opportunity for him to get out of Palace, check Wobbuffet, and get back into it. Yeah, he needs to find two more small keys. Ugh. Excuse me. There's a Castle Worlds kinstone. So that's just 1 more. Let's hope it's not at Pot Push. Oh, final item. Come on, where is it? It's either in here or at Wobbuffet. And I'm secretly still hoping for Wobbuffet. Okay, that's 1 small key. That's the book for Rylux. He needs to activate. Well, yeah, Rylux has to go for Yalawi next. Let's hope he does. So yeah, funnily enough, this is actually a full all dungeon seed. Which is interesting. So we've had the mids in Deeper Shrine, and now the last few kinstones in Palace. There it is. Ah, NesmaN is in go mode. It should be dungeons. Okay, yeah, that's fair. NesmaN is in go mode. He can do Fortress of Winds now. Okay, yeah, then that's fair. Let's see, which locations does Rylux still have open up for him? NesmaN got lucky. Yeah, definitely. Imagine actually something on, well, Pot Push or Wobbuffet. Yeah, Rylux is going to pick up his first kinstone soon. And after that, I don't actually know which other checks Rylux didn't check. Okay, I think that's the Mist Butterfly. And who knows what he's doing next. Okay, he's also going to Palace. So, oh, no, he fell down. Or is he actually going to check? Okay, yeah, he's going to check the mist checks here first. So I'd say NesmaN is currently in the lead. He probably has about 5 to 10 minutes ahead of Rylux. Yeah, huge lead. Oh, NesmaN going for the long route. Don't do that. Do it. Yeah, so if you don't know, you can cut the grass here and shorten your route quite a bit by just cutting the grass before shrinking down. Rylux picking up the dog food. Meanwhile, NesmaN can just blitz through this dungeon, or basically just through Winds. He only needs to find his speed key though. So as soon as he gets the speed key, it's time for DHC. So I suppose at this point we could comfortably open up the bed for the DHC towers. Yeah, exactly. NesmaN would lose if there's something in latter half of Fortress and has to do it like all over again. So yeah, for all who don't know, the final dungeon has 4 towers and 6 keys and 5 keys in total. Yeah, 5 keys. And we have 4 towers, out of which 4 could have, well, we have 3 checks before heading, so, hang on. Okay, we've got 4 towers. Each tower has a chest. And we've got 3 chests before heading to the towers. And since we do need 5 keys, we always have to check the towers. And now we can choose which towers actually have something, and which don't. Oh, 4 checks per floors. Okay, sorry. Yeah, 4 checks. So at the minimum, we have 1 tower, and at the maximum, we have 4 towers to check. And Rylux is actually choosing to check Wobbuffet first. So we've got 4 towers, northeast, southeast, southwest, and... what did I miss? Yeah, so basically northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. There we go. Okay, map. And I think by Rylux actually choosing to do Rubber Fed, he's going to lose on probably like 2 to 3 minutes. But I think that's mainly because he still needs, he's just banking on Rubber Fed having a Kinstone. Unfortunately, Rubber Fed will have only Junk Frame. That's the big key. NesmaN can quick warp out of there, fight Mazel, and be into and basically be in Daiko Castle before, I don't know. I think Mazel takes maybe the low boggage with Lantern. Oh, he did. I didn't see that. I was focused. I was focused on Rylux there. Next time to ban. Yeah, I think Mazel takes about 2 minutes, maybe 3, 2.5. Oh, he's not going to go for the bomb stats though. Or is he? Okay, that's one way to. Okay. There's a lightning bolt button here in waste time. Nah. I think small glitches like that and the wall. I think even the wall lift should be allowed here when fighting or when doing the races, basically. Right? Right? Because I even practice wall lifts quite a bit. And I would like to involve them because they are actually quite cool. Okay, they are currently banned. If you turn Lantern and fire... Oh, it does? Okay. Okay, so no wall of Stang. It does make sense though. After all, we are on the glitchless, I don't know, rule set here. Oh, that's fair. Is it a glitch thing or is it like boot cancelling? Is it an exploit or a glitch? Since if you call it an exploit, what's it called? The mushroom up at Mount Kennel that you can quickly grab with the gas jar is also an exploit. And if it's a glitch, then okay, never mind then. NesmaN can open up DHC and be on his merry way for victory. So yeah, he's probably going to finish that. I'd say about 2:30 in. Yeah. How's it going? I'm not missing Kinstones. I'm not even racing. Yeah, basically, Rylux still needs his 2 last Kinstones. Both of them are in Palace of Winds. Yeah, the seed has been fairly mixed. Within the first hour, they got everything they ever wanted to have. However, after that, it all went downhill from there. Since they still needed all 3 Kinstones for Caster Wilds. We've had 1 Kinstone on Yulari, and the other 2 Kinstones in Palace of Winds. And actually looks like Rylux is going to opt for the Cane skip. Yeah. Remember Rain Rule, practice Palace of Winds. So the Rain Rule is something that got introduced thanks to a Minish Cap runner by the name of, by the nickname of Rain in, I think it was GDQ 2010. either 2010 or 2011. And Wayne had the okay, 2011. Okay, so it was Summer Games Done Quick, 2011. The problem with Wayne was that he didn't practice Dark Tower Castle, so his last dungeon, which meant that he more or less had to do it vanilla in a speedrun, which I don't even know if it was actually vanilla. I think he actually had to do Ocarina of Time glitch. Not Ocarina of Time, but the Ocarina glitch. There we go. He had to do the Ocarina glitch, but he died multiple times. Yeah. And each time he died, he had to begin from... Well, he had to start from the beginning and do the OG again, and that cost him lots of time each time. And I think Dark Hole Castle cost him about an entire hour. Whereas, Myth, how quick can you do DHC in any percent? Is it 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Maybe even 20? Well, I suppose with OGs probably like something like 10 minutes, isn't it? $80 minutes, okay. Didn't save time for the worst, did it? Oof. Oh yeah, there are a lot of cutscenes, right? Yeah, so the DHC we see here in the... Oh yeah, it's time to close the bat. Okay, yeah, we've got our first key now, and with that, we've got 3 more checks before the towers. Yeah. So you want to close the bats probably as soon as Link fuses the Force together. Okay. NesmaN's going to check to do the quick warp, or to activate the quick warp, while Rylux is doing pop push puzzle actually. Okay, NesmaN looks to be opting for the bomb strats here. Got it on the first try. There we go. Let's actually see what's behind the point push. If there's a key here... Okay, it's the map. Your PB is 2018. Okay. That's actually not too bad. I mean, it's Svati. There's... there just has to be some sort of toilet. Okay, so, with NesmaN picking up his second key there, that means that 4 towers isn't possible anymore. So it could be 3 towers or 2 towers, if I saw that correctly. Oh, NesmaN screwing up the man up there. It's actually a man up. It isn't. It isn't, isn't it? The eye in the arm of instantly. Oof. Okay. I think NesmaN's trying to get the bomb strat here, but the Stalfos aren't really too happy with that. Yeah, still failed. Yeah, this strat isn't really worth it, isn't it? Yeah. If you don't get it first try, then it's slower. Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, probably wasted a time minute here. However, NesmaN is a bit low on health, so he might want to pick up a fairy soon. Okay, he's getting a fairly quick kill on the Dark Knight here. Okay, and it's a 3 tower bet. Good. So one tower is going to have the map and 3 other towers are going to have the small keys. We need 4 small keys in order to unlock the big key. Since the big key isn't really randomized, just for now. I think he's going to be randomized in a fairly soon, or at least there's an option to randomize him. Yeah, I think on the throne room fight, you either wanna Pegasus bonk behind the Dark Knight there and just stun him a bit with your sword swipes. Next release. Okay, good. Yeah, and I think the next release will be somewhere after the tourney has already ended. Oh, NesmaN unfortunately killing his clones there. We after the grand final. Okay, nice. There we go. He's going to pick up his second Kinstone there. And Rylux is going to go... Well, it still takes him about 5 minutes to actually get to his last Kinstone. Okay, NesmaN's stream died once again for me. I'll have to refresh. It's still dead on my end. Ah, there it is. Okay, NesmaN just entered the ball and chain guys. Yeah, NesmaN, not NesmaN, but the DHC big key will going to be randomized. I think with the... What's it called? I think with the DHC big key, it's a good way to shorten the one quite a bit. Since you can, I don't know, you can skip maybe 10 minutes in DHC if you've got your big key on, I don't know, the king maybe. Okay, Rylux is going to pick up his last Kinstone, and now he's going to make his way into Fortress of Winds. And I think it will still take him quite a bit to actually head into Fortress. Yeah, NesmaN on the other hand will be going to probably pick up a few fairies here, and then fight the big, bad, black Dark Knight. Yeah, we wouldn't make the end more swingy. Imagine actually last locationing your... Uh-oh, NesmaN failed the wall there. Oof, okay. Imagine actually... Yeah, last locationing your big key. If it's in the, let's say, southwestern tower, but your opponent visits the southwestern tower as his first one. Let's see if NesmaN is going to opt for the... Yep, he's going for this task strategy. And it actually works. Whoop! That's nice. Yeah, NesmaN and Rylux did all the same checks. NesmaN didn't do Blue Jew and Rylux didn't do Deeper Shrine. Yeah, I think at this point the lead comes from execution and possibly being able to do a few checks quicker because he dipped into Cradle early. And also, Force deals a bit more damage than other swords, so maybe that's why. Yeah, and Rylux went Vanilla Cave of Flames. Yeah, that as well. Yeah. I don't know. Probably execution. And maybe even, I don't know. I think NesmaN just shaved off a few seconds here and there. Yeah, he got his yeah, NesmaN had basically better routing, just because he had a few more items under his belt. So, for example, he could have, well, NesmaN could do the Game of Flames first, and then basically dip back into ice getting torn a lot by the skeletons here. Oh, that's a mean. Okay, so the Stalfos are always very, very mean to you. Yeah, for example, we saw Rylux doing pot push. Well, pot push was actually a good call, but Rylux did cane skip. Okay, this one having 3 keys, and I think he's onto his second tower now. Ooh. Yeah, he's still using the Great Spin here. His third tower? Okay, his third tower. Good. So yeah, let's see what the southwestern tower has for him. There's his final small key. And he's going to get his big key now. And the last, yeah. Leaving the fast check until last, yeah, that's NesmaN's voting in a nutshell. Okay, NesmaN actually, hang on. I think, hang on, I'll have to refresh again. Okay, NesmaN is now fighting Vate, or well, he's on his way to Vate. I didn't see what tower it was. I think it was southeast. Yeah, it was the fastest one, wasn't it? So it's northwest? Southeast was not checked. Okay, so southeast is the non-required I don't know. Non-required tower. Yeah, he needed 3 keys. Southeast was checked? Oh, it was checked, yeah. It was checked. I think the tower that he didn't check was possibly northeast. Northwest was map? Okay. Wait, so he did all 4 of them? I know that he did the pattern tower. I know that he had the southeastern tower because he had the spin attack there, and he got the Pearl Magnus. He got trolled by the stealth. Well, he did check all 4 towers. Yeah, yeah, he did all 4 towers. But I don't know which tower had the map. I didn't. That. Uh-oh. Okay, no, not to wonder back then. GG Noe. It's also quite interesting to see that NesmaN doesn't do the... what's it called? The Din's Charm. The Din's Charm thing. Strategy, there we go. Strategy. That's a hard word, isn't it? Oh, getting trolled a bit by Vati there. There we go. Getting the 3 cycle on him. Okay, saving there. Maybe that's... yeah, didn't have a slower. It is? Okay. But I just meant for the necessary. Yeah, but I suppose for the Dark Knight fight it would have been a tiny bit faster. Also, NesmaN does have the down thrust, so he can use that. If Vati actually holds still for him. There we go. Time to save. Yes, yeah, that's fair. But let's say if you're doing Anju, or if you're planning on doing Anju, so you're in the fight. Okay. How much time does Clonus save? Maybe 10 seconds? I don't know. It's not going to be a minute. So just like a minor time save. There we go. You can see Rylux picking up the charm here. More testable. Oh, yeah. That's fair. Just because 32 has so much RNG. And then there are the Dark Nuts. Okay, NesmaN is going to be fighting Vati 3 now. Let's see. Let's hope he does it a bit better than Nimbus did yesterday. Doesn't seem to again cut off for me. He should be on Vati 3 now. Okay, there he is. Nice. Yeah, meanwhile, Rylux is going to open up DHC. Downside more consistent than clones. Yeah, I think Downstrike is more consistent with the first cycle of Vati 3. Just because you don't need to equip the bow. Well, instead of equipping the bow, you can equip the cape, and you don't have to fire your 4 arrows. It's probably just like, I don't know, a second per arrow basically. You need to fire arrows. Oh yeah. Sorry. That's just me being stupid again. Okay, this one's going to perfectly mangle the first 5 here at Vati 3, or the first cycle basically. The first pair of blue balls. There we go. Let's see. Oh, he missed his second row there. Uh-oh, it's tennis time, yeah. And we know how much we love tennis. Especially after Nimbus's adventure yesterday. Okay, he got his second bomb in. But can he go for the home one? Oh, I don't know. What's the equivalent to a home one in tennis? Just yeeting that ball into the crowd. There we go, GG NesmaN with a time of 2:32:20. Hello NesmaN, GG.
GG's, Hendris.
So, how did you find the race? Also, GG to Rylux.
Hello, GG.
Was this a Nori seed?
This was a no seed, yeah.
I think we have a new ban list leader. It was absolutely terrible. Yalare with a Kinstone and 2 Kinstones in a non-elemental Palace of the Winds. You just couldn't make more of a meme out of this race unless Full Sword was somewhere like Tingle.
Well,
It was in Dumpe for me.
Yeah, it was Dampe. Forces was a Dampe. So yeah, it was fairly nice. Let's put it this way: the first 40 minutes of this seed were phenomenal. You couldn't have gotten a better seed for the first 40 minutes.
For the
And then
first 40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and then it all went downhill from there.
Typical
So-
Nori seed.
Yeah. I would be okay with the interview scene.
Yeah, okay, I would be okay too.
Yeah. So the few like route well, first of all, both of you had quite similar routing. You all did the same locations in the same amount of, well, not all of them, but the majority of them. You all went to Minish Woods. You all went to Lake Hylia after that and stuff like that. The first difference was Rylux, while you were in Castor Wilds, basically just running through Castor Wilds, NesmaN straight up booked it to Mount Kettle.
Yeah.
Then he immediately picked up his blue sword, which he immediately made use of it in World Crypt. So he got the cane and the flippers straight after getting the blue sword, basically, and the force sword.
I
Yeah.
was using myth strats.
Yeah.
Just bail on locations.
Because this seed was pointing you in the wrong direction. You know, you're going to Western Woods and get the boots, and you get the bow in Castor Wild. So you mean that's going to be something in Castor Wild, and there isn't anything.
Yeah.
Well,
This
there
was
was
definitely-
almost nothing in Castor Wilds.
Yeah. There was the there was the
There was the book.
final book. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got the
Well,
book
I
in
picked up
its
that
cave.
book. Just felt the whole dread of hell the moment I picked up that book.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to hunt down the kinstones, so it was actually quite interesting to see that actually your kinstones were your last location items, and you had to last location them, like there wasn't another option. And the other seed was either it was at Boba Fett, or at Blue Tube, or it was at Palace of Winds.
Yeah, I just went for the gamble on Palace of the Winds. It just felt like everything. I was just getting nothing from every other check, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it full clear. There's bound to be at least one Kinstone in there. The fact that there was two, I felt unbelievably lucky.
Yeah.
I went in Deepwood without any kinstone, and I found the myths, and I was like, okay, so probably the kinstone are behind myths. So I did all myths location and didn't find only a book. So I went to Yellary and got my first kinstone.
Yeah, you both picked up your first kinstone there.
Yeah, that
and-
was my first Kinstone as well.
And then I thought, well, it's probably in Palace then, because there's so much checks left here, so it's got to be in Palace.
Did I double or triple dip Deepwood Shrine?
I think you double dipped that.
Because I was very close to making that on all dungeons.
Yeah. We found out later that Blue Chew didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Blue Chew, but also Green Chew.
Yeah, Green Chew was a disappointment.
Yeah. Well, we did have the Baron Temple of Droplets though. We had a Baron yet required Temple of Droplets, and we've had the progression on Yellary. So that's at least 2 points for Nori there. If you
I
so,
still said a Kinstones in Palace of the Winds deserves at least 10.
I suppose that's the cruelty point. So that's 3 in total. So if you choose to, you can give Nori an additional up to 2 points by banning her.
Oh, that's not a question because I think it's obvious.
Okay. So that's 2 additional points. So that's actually 6 points in total. Got 2 ban points and 4 meme points. I can actually check if you're in first place now. Hang on. Let me edit that. Got 2 more ban points and 6 more bonus, and 4 more bonus points. That makes a total of 11. That's 15 points. Okay, no, you're not in first place now. You have by far the most bonus points. But you still have, well, you got 1 more tingle point. But I think I might actually change the the calculation on that as well. Since Deoxys with just 1 seed catapulted himself to first place with 7 tingle points.
Yeah, I
With-
need to
with-
watch that.
Yeah, with Myth following with 4 tingle points, and then you, Noe, with 3 of them. But as far as spam points and bonus points are concerned, Myth has 1 more ban point, but you have way more bonus points.
Who thought we'd have a secondary league in this? Well, GG's everyone. I'm out. I'm gonna go and rest on my laurels. I'm gonna go and drink a beer and try and recover from this absolute monster.
But you can always enjoy my race later on. I think that starts in about 2 hours? 2.5 maybe? I don't know. And I requested a Myth seed, so
Oh,
yeah, I think we're going to have lots of fun with that. So yeah. Once again, GG's, and are there still any more comments from you, Rylux?
no. I think,
You're speechless.
yeah.
Well, GG's both NesmaN and Rylux. So it's not the last for you, Rylux, because you do have another match coming up in the, we'll call it lower bracket.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure who it's against right now. I'd have to look at the challenge.
I don't think it's
Settled?
minority.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also thank you very much, Hendris, for doing commentary. And also thank you, iBot and Myth, for doing tracking today. So we have one more match that's going to be restreamed coming up in just under an hour and a half. And that is going to be Hendris versus Pika Pals. And that will be on, yes, and that will be on ZSR 3.
Okay.
So, but, I guess with that, unless anyone has any last comments, I think we're gonna wrap things up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yep, yeah, Hendris, you want to relax for a bit before your match, because you do have a Myth seed coming up. So, gotta prepare yourself mentally, at least.
Yeah,
So-
I'll have to do that.
Okay. So,
Some coffee.
you're gonna brew more coffee?
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.